Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and this is my review of Season 2 of the YouTube original show, Cobra Kai. I absolutely loved Season 1. It was a huge surprise for me last year, and the way that they brought in Karate Kid nostalgia, but also making it for a newer audience with incorporating some new lore to the Karate Kid franchise was very nice. And Season 2 picks up right where Season 1 left off after the Cobra Kai dojo ends up winning the All Valley tournament. Daniel LaRusso starts his own dojo, Miyagi-Do. War begins between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do because guess who's back? The OG Cobra Kai sensei, John Kreese, played by Martin Kove, is back. He wants to bring back the bone and the fight in Cobra Kai. So what did I think of Season 2? Well, I think Season 2 is a very good follow-up to Season 1. It is not as good as Season 1, but I didn't have that high expectations for it to even exceed Season 1. I was highly entertained with Season 2. I felt like the first episode was a bit hokey, and it kind of took me out a little bit. I felt like episode 1 of this season didn't really bring me into the story in an inclusive way to where I actually wanted to continue to carry on, but I knew that I had to get just through that first episode, and I was thinking to myself like, oh boy, what did I get myself into? But it gets progressively better and better each episode. I think one of the highlights of this show, I still think the best part of this show is Johnny Lawrence's character. The way that Johnny Lawrence is portrayed in this show, you can understand his point of view, you can sympathize with him, and he's not necessarily a villain in the way that he goes against Ralph Macchio's character, Daniel LaRusso, but you can tell that Johnny Lawrence has a heart, that he is struggling with inner and personal demons that he's been struggling with his whole life. He still lives in the 80s era, and I love that about this show. One thing that they have consistently done well on this show with is Johnny's frustrations with technology and him not knowing how to be able to use technology, and they do some really funny things this season when it comes to, you know, his cell phone or his laptop. That's one of the funniest things. Actually, it's one of the funniest episodes, so definitely pay attention for the laptop frustrations that Johnny has. I think Ralph Macchio brought a lot to the table. I think he does a really good job. I think he does a little bit better than in Season 1, but I still feel like there is a bit of a hokiness factor to him and his character and to the whole principle behind kind of this karate fight between these two different dojos. The kids are back. I think they do a great job. Hawk was one of my favorite characters from Season 1, but I did not like him in Season 2. He was probably my least favorite in the season, and you just have to watch the season to understand why, but he goes through some transformations. Miguel, he kind of redeems himself a little bit in Season 2, but he goes through that roller coaster again, and there's a new character named Tori that is introduced, played by Peyton List, which I think she did a fantastic job with. The story, I think, was beautifully told, and I think they did such a great job with continuing the action, and they definitely stepped it up a lot more with karate, but they also told a genuine story about these different characters and kind of what these characters are going through, whether it's a certain love triangle between characters, whether it's, you know, one character finding out that he can truly be more brave and more confident than what he thought, whether it be another character who kind of becomes, I guess, more of a bully figure, or if it's another character who's still trying to figure out his place and what he needs to become and who he can rely on. There's some really good things in this show, and I think Season 2 is a very good follow-up to Season 1. It's not as good as Season 1, so don't go in with expectations that it's going to be better than Season 1, but there are some very awesome sequences. I think the last episode, it does some really bold things, and it takes a very dark direction that I didn't see coming, and it definitely shocked me, but it really kind of leaves the door open for what they can do for Season 3. I'm really looking forward to Season 3. And Martin Kove, who played John Kreese, the OG sensei, does a fantastic job. I was nervous before I watched the season because I felt like they were going to shoehorn his character in where it wouldn't fit, but it actually fits very well, and they kind of blend his character in with everything else that's going on in the overall plot and in the overall story. So I was highly entertained by Cobra Kai Season 2. I definitely suggest you go check it out. And Season 3, I think there's a lot of potential for some things that they can do that I'm really looking forward to. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but they kind of leave it at a cliffhanger, kind of like they did for Season 1. So we'll see where they go when it comes to that. But anyway, guys, what do you think of Cobra Kai Season 2? Let me know below in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And I will see you guys for my Avengers Endgame non-spoiler review. I cannot wait. Goodbye.